Hello, and welcome to today's edition of I've Got Something to Say. The topic for today, sometimes the answer is no. Now, no is a word that neither of us likes to hear. It's a two-letter word, but it packs a big punch, especially when it comes to prayer requests. We have this thing with us and God where we feel as if whatever we ask for, it's supposed to be an automatic yes. And if it's not an automatic yes, we have a problem. Now, let's reflect to when we were children. Remember those times when you had to ask mom for stuff and you always had to hear no, 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 and you feel like it's always no, 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 no. You never get a yes, or you hardly ever get a yes. As we grow up, we realize that those no's were important, and had mom said yes, we might have found ourselves in a whole heap of trouble. For example, mom is in the kitchen and you keep on trying to play with the stove. You want to know, what is it about this stove that mom keeps on saying no? Every time mom says no, we find it more enticing. We just want to go out and reach out and touch it, right? But what happens when little Johnny or little Susie reaches out and touch the stove, even though mom says no? Well, then you get burned. That boils down to the whole saying, if you don't listen, you'll feel. So sometimes no is for our own good, no is for our own protection. But when it comes to us putting in prayers, we feel as if everything that we think is our best interest, in our best interest. But God already knows that if I give my baby this right now, he or she is gonna make a mess of it. Or, this is not really the best thing for my baby. So sometimes he gives us a no. Sometimes the no is not always denial. Sometimes no doesn't mean not at all. Sometimes no means you're not ready for it. Sometimes no means I have something better for you. Sometimes no simply means wait. But we have this thing where we want everything right now. We want it our way, and if it's not my way, it's the higher way, right? But God is not our personal yes man. We ask him for guidance. The scripture says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thy own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Now, the funny thing about it is, we have all of these plans, right? We have every detail, every segment of our life planned out, and we want it to go from A to B to Z, and anyhow it doesn't line up in that way, we have a problem. But you go to God with your own petitions and your own plans. The creator of your life, the person who has your blueprint all set out and knows exactly how your life is mapped out, the person who is the author and the finisher of your life. You're going to him with your plans. Now here's how it works. That's not really a problem, but you have to ensure that, or you have to petition with God to see if what I have planned for myself lines up with what he has planned. And right now it may seem like our plan is so important and so perfect. But when we see what happens when we pull back and allow God to have his own divine will in our life, we would end up amazed. We would thank him 100 times over that we didn't go with our own route and we decided to listen to his route. Now there's two types of yes with God. Not every yes you want to get from God, because you might get the yes that you're not looking for. There's God's perfect will, which is a yes, and there's God's permissive will, which is a yes, but, okay? So the perfect will is easy, right? It's when you're saying to yourself, and your prayers are solely, have your way, Lord. Lord, where do you want me to go? Lord, you lead me and direct me, right? The permissive will is, Lord, I want it. Lord, I want it. Lord, I want it. Lord, I want it. And he just says, all right, you know what? Have it. I don't really want that. I don't want anything that anybody has to say, you know what? If I hear a you know what in front of it, you know what? I'll just wait. So it's the same thing as, okay, mom saying, you're saying, okay, mom, I want this milk. Can I have a glass of milk? Mom already knows that you're lactose intolerant. This milk is not really going to be good for her. So you know what? Wait, don't have the milk. No, I don't want you to have the milk. No, I don't want you to have the milk. No. She does that so often until she says, okay, You want the milk, you go ahead and have the milk. And then you end up with the bubble guts. In this case with God, you might not end up with the bubble guts, but you're going to end up with something that he didn't have designed for you, or he knows exactly why he's intervening for you not to have it. So I would rather wait for God's perfect will, his perfect yes. I don't want his permissive yes. I want his perfect yes. Now here's the tricky thing about God's perfect yes. It might not always come as what you want it or desire it to be. Sometimes the yes that God gives you sound like madness. It's like, okay, there's no way that this is God, what God wants for my life or what he has for my life. This has to be the devil. That's our favorite phrase. Everything we blame on the devil, right? Devil is a lie. This ain't from God. No. But sometimes God has some crazy yes. And there's purpose in the craziness. In the midst of the madness that he's placed you in, there's purpose in that yes. God is not our personal vending machine. We feel as if prayer is our personal vending machine. I put my coin in, I select what snack I want. That's how we treat prayer. I put my prayer in, I select what request or what answer I get. But that's not how God works. That's not how prayer works. Prayer is more like us. You ever went into one of those theme parks and you saw a prize machine? Prayer is like a prize machine. You put in your prayer, you have your eye on one of these prizes in there, but it may roll out and you may open up the little canister and it may not be what you want. But it doesn't mean that your prayer was not answered or you did not get a prize. It's just not the prize that you were expecting. Now, when you first open that up and you see that prize, you may be disappointed and say, man, this is not what I want. This is not what I desired. But after a while, you will see that the prize that God decided to give you, it actually makes sense. He's not a vending machine. He's a prize machine. He works in the art of surprises. The surprise is not to him. It's surprising for us, but he already knows from point A, the day when you were born, and he put that first little curly hair on your head to straight throughout your life. God already has this thing destined and planned, but some of them come like puzzle pieces. He gives us little snippets of what he wants us, and we're just piecing together the puzzle. And when we don't see a puzzle piece that makes sense, or we end up getting frustrated because it seems like too much. But God has the entire blueprint, everything, the big picture. He has that already mapped out. So we have to change our thinking about no. Sometimes no is not bad. Sometimes no is necessary. Learn to accept God's no, because you do not want his permissive yes. You want his perfect yes. Have a blessed day.